Here we are, the 20th of May 2012. We're about 2.5 weeks in with the live rock and the little fishes, and I haven't yet put any corals in. As you can see, there's not much. I think I've put one anemone in there. This little bubble tip there. That's what we've got in, which isn't too happy at the moment. As you can see, hopefully, not too sure if you can, it is underneath the rock. It's been there now for about 2 days, and it is refusing to remove out of it and into the light, which is somewhat frustrating, because reading on the forums they can do all sorts of nasty things like disintegrate and die and wipe out tanks and all sorts of things. So anyway, there has been a gradual crawl from absolutely being hidden away to partially being hidden away. So it is coming out slowly. Maybe in a few more days it'll be out altogether. I do hope. I made the mistake of throwing in a pistol shrimp. So as you can now see, the rockwork has somewhat changed due to my having to get it out of there as soon as I pretty much put it in, because it was just digging like crazy and displacing all the sand. Thank God I didn't have a rock fall, but I thought that I was sure as hell going to have one if I'd let it carry on. It wasn't just staying in one place, it was all over the bloody tank, digging and digging and digging and digging, and I was just thought, you know, I've got over what, 120 kg of live rock in this tank now, the Red Sea Max 500, and I just did not want that falling onto the glass. I don't care how thick the bloody glass is, you know, it can go through it if something went majorly wrong. I have had to get 2 sea hares, which will soon be returning back to the shop. They've done a fantastic job. There's only the residual algae. I mean, as I'm sure you saw a few weeks ago, the tank was covered in it. I have been using Nopox, and it's done me incredibly well. Not only have I been using that, I've also thrown a reactor in there with phosphate reactor, and of course within a few days it's just shocked it. It's all died off, and if it hasn't died, the sea hares have made good use. As you can see now, they're literally eating nothing, so they're going to starve. So tomorrow I'm hopefully going to be taking them back to the shop and trading them in for some corals, I should think. Yeah, so there we have it. That's the current situation. These things haven't even seen the anemone yet. These 2 little perks. One of them is already getting larger than the other, so I'm assuming that means basically that they are well, they have obviously paired, but one of them's turning into a female or something, because she's significantly larger than the other one now. Maintenance and micro bubbles. I have put a micro sock in there, and yes, I have been getting bubbles, but with those micro filter socks or whatever they are, it seems to get rid of them. The problem with those is they're incredibly good at mechanical filtration and making the water crystal clear, but God, they clog up at least once a week. So I've just bought a few of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to dispose of them, or if I'm going to bleach them, or if I'm going to put them in a rinse cycle, or whatever. I'm currently reading up on how to deal with the filter socks and how to clean them, basically. As you can see, the tank is not stocked majorly with lots of fish. There's just a few fishes in here, and it will not be increasing. There's all sorts in there. There's crabs and, oh God, you name it. Mithras crabs, Fijian crabs, Indonesian crabs. There's all sorts. I've not put too many because of course they can be very destructive as well in great numbers. But this lot seems to get on with each other. There are 3 peppermint shrimps and 2 cleaner shrimps in there at the moment as well. Anyway, there we go.